After we showed them things and taught them everything we knew, they used it against us. They snaked us. All right? So now they then gave this planet to these hierarchy human beings. These are the faces you see. But even the hierarchy human beings, you don't see them like that. They hide behind more faces. They hide behind presidents of countries. It's a chain. It's a pyramid to this shit. I started at the top with Zeus. Worked down to Draconian Reptilians, Pleiadians, who are running this whole realm, who are enforcing Satan's rules. Why? Okay, and after your Draconian Reptilians and Pleiadians, that's who the Vatican, that's who the Pope checks in with. The Pope runs the whole realm. He runs the realm through who? The Queen of England. She gives the order. She's the security. She's the chief enforcer down here. She gives the orders to every president in every country, and they enforce what the fuck she wants. She's enforcing what the Vatican wants, and the Vatican is enforcing what the Pope wants, and the Pope is enforcing what the Draconian Reptilians and the Pleiadians want, and they are enforcing what Satan wants. Understand the matrix. Let's keep breaking that down. Once Queen Elizabeth sent her orders to all these presidents, let's stay with America, our president enforces these rules through laws and legislation. Then he sends his chief enforcers around this country to make sure we abide, called fucking police officers. Oh, that rabbit hole runs deep. That's a deep rabbit hole right there. So these police officers, these FBI agents, CIA agents are the enforcers who enforce the matrix energy. Why is Satan able to run this realm? Because this is a material realm. Let's talk energy. Remember, high vibrations, low vibrations. The material realm, what are the four phases of this realm? Solids, liquids, gases, plasma energy, with solids being the lowest vibration, then liquids being the second, then gases being the highest vibration, which is why we can't see the gases, and then the plasma energy being the highest. Okay, so when Satan dropped in frequency, he lowered his vibration to this material realm. Everything around you see is a solid. What are solids? Solids are a bunch of atoms that are vibrating so slow that they appear to be solid, but it's not. It just looks that way. You put a microscope to this, you're going to see microorganisms moving on this container, or any solids for that matter. But remember, for your retinas to be able to see it, it has to vibrate slow. Things that vibrate very, very fast, the retinas can't see them, which is why you can't see oxygen, nigga. You can't see it, can you? But you can't see air, but you can feel it because it's vibrating so fast. Lucifer and Zeus are vibrating very slowly. What world vibrates slowly? This material world. And when I say material, I mean physical plane. So it was easier for Satan to dominate on this physical plane because it's a low vibration. All the shit is vibrating fast. You can't even see with your retinas, which is why you have to open your pineal gland so that you can see into the astral realms, which is what? The gas realms, the etheric realms. So Satan dominates this material realm because it's a low vibration. Do you get what I'm saying, Reflection? Remember the phases of matter. For you to see anything, it has to vibrate slow. So everything that you can see, you only see it because it's vibrating slow. 4 phases of matter, class. Let's go over it again. Let's go over it again from an esoteric metaphysic type level, though. Solids is the lowest form of vibration that the human eye can see, or that your eye can see with the retinas. Then you got liquids. They are atoms. They are clusters of particles that are vibrating so fast that they ease and pass each other to give that flow, so they are able to take on any shape that they need. Liquids. But then you got a vibration that's faster than liquid vibration, which is the gas vibration, which is oxygen and sound waves and radio waves. They exist on the gas vibration, which are these particles are vibrating so fast you can't see them. That's why they got carbon monoxide poisoning detectors in your motherfucking house, nigga. You can't see carbon monoxide, but it's real than a bitch. So you should understand that there are realities around you that exist. And if you want to be real, the lowest reality is the material one, nigga. Why do you think solids is the slowest form of vibration? So all the fun shit, all the good shit, you need to vibrate higher. You won't be able to even see. It don't even going to appear in the solid form when it's vibrating that fast and that high. So now, understand what you've been in your whole life. Don't you see everything around you? Can't you touch it? Ain't it solid? So if this shit vibrating slow, that's a low vibration. Do you see why you got to separate from the matrix? In the matrix, in the material world, it's not the same thing. The material world is an actual world. This is the physical world with its own rules and regulations. All right? Each world and dimension and universe, galaxy, reality has its own set of laws that applies to it. But we never had a chance because on this planet, this realm is under light cold lockdown. So I need you to understand, black carbonated being, Latino carbonated being, why you never had a chance and what's really going on. This is one picture of how these reptilians look. That's one of their forms. Let's look at another form. There's another form. These draconian reptilians take on it's a lot of different. First off, it's many different species of draconian reptilian. It's not just one race. The race is draconian reptilian, but you got probably 8, 9, 10 different species of draconian reptilians, and they do not look the same. They are not the same size. Some of them stand as tall as 20 feet, these alpha draconian reptilians. And they have wings and fly. Some of them are as small as 3 feet. All right? This draconian reptilian right here is completely different than that one. It's a difference. And that one is completely different than that one. And these are all pictures that have been drawn online to kind of give you these people that drew these pictures that posted them, because I just put in reptilian just to see what popped up. The crazy thing is they on the money with all this shit. But at the same time, these pictures still cannot give you the full effect of how it is to see one of these beings in their true shape. And they are very intelligent beings. More intelligent than you. Because you're under light cold lockdown right now. So if you was to stand in front of one of these beings and talk to them, you would feel and sense the intelligence emitting off of their frequency. They have a soul just like you have a soul. The reason a lot of them are green is because that is carbon in their skin. They have carbon. They are carbon based just like us. And you have ones that look more God physique or humanoid than these pictures I'm showing you. All right? Many different variations. But these draconian reptilians, they walk amongst you and they appear to you as human beings. So they blend in as human beings. But when I tell you they have infiltrated your society on every level, they have infiltrated society on every level. All throughout the police, definitely the police. Majority of your military, all of your politicians is draconian reptilians. You got a few Pleiadians mixed in there, but majority of them are draconian reptilians. All right, let's look at the Pleiadians real quick. I want to use a picture I put up yesterday. That's a Pleiadian woman right there. All right, the Pleiadians walk amongst you every day. You think they are average white people? No, you have two levels of human beings. You have the hierarchy human beings. These are your royals. And then you have your low-level human beings. These are the ones that are just used to blend into the matrix, who get treated like slaves. Because remember, the human being race was originally created to be a slave race by Zeus, to worship Zeus and to help them steal resources from other planets. Okay? So, I showed y'all the reptilians a little bit, but you got to get familiar with these Pleiadians. That's an actual Pleiadian right there. And you'll see that picture on Google and you'll think that's just an average human being. No, a regular white woman is pale as fuck. It's a difference. It's a difference. A regular white human male has a more paler look to them. These Pleiadians have a more golden look to them. They'll look like they have, you'll think that shit makeup. That ain't no makeup. They should be smooth like that for real. And majority of your Sports Illustrated models and cover models, they are all Pleiadian women and men. You will know a Pleiadian when you see one. Understand that the Pleiadian race actually walks amongst you, been walking amongst you. And when I show you how they look, can't you see how they walking amongst you? They look like regular white people. The only difference is they have blue eyes and jet blonde, and they got that blonde hair. Even right there, you can tell she dyed her hair. And a lot of the Pleiadian women and men dye their hair to try to blend in. What do you think the movie Coneheads came from? It's an actual group of extraterrestrial beings that live under the ground on this planet with the exact shape as coneheads. But they not white, though. They black like us, though. They have carbon. But that idea in the movie Coneheads of that alien race living amongst regular people, that whole idea, that comes from the Pleiadian race. Walk around you every day. They get all on TV. You see them, you be thinking, and majority of the Pleiadians, they all through Hollywood. They dominate that shit. They dominate that shit. And you will see them in magazines and you be like, oh, that's airbrush. That's Photoshop, because you know white women's skin ain't that goddamn motherfucking smooth. So you be like, man, that's makeup. Nah, the Pleiadian skin smooth like that. They shit perfect like that because they are an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Very sneaky, very intelligent, very friendly. That's how they got us. You cannot underestimate these motherfucking Pleiadians. Never forget, they are the ones that got us. And look how they look. She look like she'll harm a fly. Exactly. That's how true killers move. They don't look like they'll harm a fly. So you got to understand, and if you don't pay attention to physics to know the difference about these different beings living on the planet, to understand why you never had a chance. Over 25 different extraterrestrial civilizations living on this planet at one time. You had no clue about it your whole life. You were under the belief that we were all one human race. But we are not. That's a Pleiadian woman right there. I can show you celebrities that are Pleiadians, that I know for a fact are Pleiadians. I can show you celebrities that I know are clones. I can show you celebrities that I know are Mach 5 robots. And it's the difference between a clone and a robot. You also have sentient programs out here. What are sentient programs? Sentient programs are programs created by those who run this matrix construct, light code lockdown, these draconian reptilians. These programs that they implement into society to just make things seem normal, like buses picking people up, cabs picking people up, people driving Uber, restaurants, certain restaurants being open, certain businesses being right there. That's not really right there. It's just a sentient program. You ever been riding down the road, you see a random house on the road, you're like, what the fuck is that house doing there for? It's just there. Who lives there? Sentient program. You ever been driving down the highway and a motherfucker cut you off and do some crazy shit? You like, what the fuck, nigga? Why would you do that? That shit could kill me and you. And you ain't drunk. Sentient program. Understand, you have been living in a false reality. You never had a chance if it was up to them. Everything around you was designed for you to constrict you. I showed this yesterday. Everything around you was designed for you to constrict you. All those who control the media controls your frequency. Feel me? When you talking about this, about the time spell, for example, you have to attribute that to the Arcturians. Those are the creators of your time spell right there, and they don't look exactly like that, but that's a close enough resemblance to them to give you a little idea. Arcturians, another different extraterrestrial race living on the planet around you. Now, they are not part of the Draconian Reptilian Pleiadian Alliance. They are not a part of that alliance. However, they did help them. Okay? The Arcturians were the ones who gave them the time spell. This is where you get your Monday through Sunday from. This is where you get your 24 hours in a day from. The Arcturians were on our side originally. Then they became manipulated by the Draconian Reptilians. And the Arcturians are not the fallen gods. They are actually extraterrestrial. Even the Reptilians is. The Draconian Reptilians, like every Draconian Reptilian is not a fallen god. Let me let y'all know that. The Draconian Reptilian race is an actual species, along with the Pleiadian species. But these are the shapes that some of the fallen gods took on. So these Arcturians are the creators of time. This is why you can't say the 8th day of the week. This is why you age your belief in this time. Here's another example of an Arcturian. They look a lot of different ways. It's another example of an Arcturian. All right? Arcturian. Get familiar with these beings. They actually exist. They actually exist, man. And of course, you're going to get illustrations because this is the best you can get right now to give you an example of how these beings look. But understand the message I'm giving you. We never had a chance. You were born into a matrix for your mind, for your soul, for your spirit. Literally, the Matrix is a fucking documentary. You were literally born into an electrical matrix, and you are being harvested every day of your life. You come here as birth, they feed you all this bad food, this meat. Why? Because they eat meat, so that when you die, they can eat your ass. I told them this on Facebook yesterday, nobody's relatives is in the cemetery. When your relatives die, they are dug up and sold on the black market. Sad truth. You go dig your relatives up, and I bet you ain't no bones in that box. Nigga, ain't gonna be no box in there, nigga. Because they know nobody goes back behind them and dig up what's going on. But this is what's been going on. You are being harvested only to be prepped for this fake death so that you can be eaten. And this empowers these Draconian Reptilian forces, these Pleiadian forces. And Arcturians, they also feed off the energetic forces that we emit from fear, that we emit at the moment of death, that we emit when going through the reincarnation cycle. Think electricity, think energy, think magnetism, for that's what you are at your core. You are spirit and soul, electricity and magnetism. Then everything in the universe works off numbers. Everything vibrates. So everything is what? Electricity and magnetism. You have to think we are the source. So to eat us would empower them. Because to eat this body, they still are able to, although the soul and the spirit is immortal, they are still able to get a piece of that source of energy through this flesh and the blood specifically. Because the spirit is in the blood. Some of the spirit is in the blood. So that's why they big on drinking the blood. Your whole life, they need you to work that 9 to 5. So you be all stressed out and you release all these chemicals at the moment of death. They keep the placenta when babies are born. What you think they doing with all this stuff? These beings exist. Those are your Arcturians. The creators of the time spell itself. And the crazy thing is we created all of these beings though. And we gave all beings free will. And look what they named it right here, the ninth dimensional Arcturian Council. And that's truly how the council look. That's truly how the council comes together. The crazy thing is people would never believe that though. Because you're under light code lockdown. You believe only what the eyes see, but what the eyes see is atoms. Your eyes only see atoms, which are particles, clustered together, vibrating slow, which makes matter. But you want to tell me you can't phase through a wall. You want to tell me you can't phase through anything solid. How can't you phase through it? If you separate the particles, separate the clustered atoms, you're going to phase through it. This is what Neo was showing you in the Matrix when they were showing you him going inside of these atoms. What do you think the green was on the Matrix? All the numbers they were showing you, the green, light codes. Light codes. Why was it green? Heart chakra energy. It's the heart of the Matrix. You break the light codes, you break the Matrix. Those green numbers also represented atoms. For the number of atoms and neutrinos and light photons is innumerable. You can't even enumerate them in so many. So all those green numbers running up that you always seen on Matrix, you didn't know what it was. It stood for the light codes of this electrical lockdown that they have on your spirit and soul. And then it also stood for the atoms that are clustered together in this physical matrix. But if you separate those atoms, those clustered particles, or those numbers, it's nothing that you can't do in the matrix. This is just a material realm. We are etheric. We are cosmic. We are the all. The material realm is at the bottom. Remember, we came from above. We descended down here and end up stuck down here because a war broke out. Look at it like this. It's just like being in a boat on top of riding through the ocean, and then a scuba diver said, hey, you know what? I'm finna go to the bottom of the ocean to goddamn it check on some shit real quick. You know, he go down there, check on his fishes, and then the nigga that's riding the boat up top on the water get killed. What's going to happen to the scuba diver? He's stuck under the water now. That's what happened to us. We just descended down here. This was just a place we visited. We was building up, and a lot of you all got stuck down here. And they created this false illusion and clustered all these particles together that you now refer to as matter. They even tell you in school, if you do get into it to get that deep, like people that went to college for this shit, they only talk to y'all about the atoms. They don't even talk to you all about the neutrinos like that, or the light photons, or the etheric photons. You see? They completely leave all this out because this is metaphysical information that would turn on the God in you. You are a luminous being. More powerful than any fucking Arcturian, any Pleiadian, any Draconian reptilian. Your power will be higher because your frequency is higher. Satan only has rule down here in the material realm because it's vibrating slow. He's vibrating slow. But when you vibrate high, when you vibrate fast, you leave him down here. He's scared to go back up top. He know what we got waiting for him. He only gonna stay down here. Nern is a material plane of low vibration. 2 moons, no sun, no sunlight. 2 holographic moons. APE, anti-photon energy. This is why all those astronauts could not tell you about when they went to the moon. They never went. You should have known they didn't went when they planted the motherfucking American flag on the moon. They told you it was no gravity on the moon. So if there's no gravity on the moon, we would like to know, how the hell did you plant a flag on the moon? You know, on the pictures, niggas float niggas. One small step for man. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden, niggas can plant the flag. You motherfuckers didn't fool me. I knew you was underwater in a Hollywood studio in California filming that shit. See what I'm saying? I already knew. Then you wonder why niggas that went to the moon, they get an interview, they punching motherfucking reporters. Y'all seen that video? It's a video floating on social media like, would you react like this if you went to the moon? They crunching niggas. Niggas like, you never went on the moon. You lying. Get out my face. They punching niggas up. Look, I'm real shit. Nigga, wait till y'all see the video if you ain't. Nigga, they creasing niggas. Why is you punching niggas just for asking or just saying you did not go to the moon, fellas? Why so violent if you went? You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga say, man, nigga, you ain't go to the A, nigga. You ain't go to... Nigga, I'm not finna punch you. All right, I just ain't go to A, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? For me to get violent, you gonna have to get violent. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even getting violent. Why? Because they never went. I told you there is NASA scientists up on the moon. And what you think those NASA scientists are that's on the moon? Draconian reptilians and Pleiadians posing as NASA scientists and astronauts. They up there, that's a base. They up there with them Arcturians, them Pleiadians, in they real form up there though. Watching us down here. Trying to keep these guys and these guys from resurrecting and charging all the way up. Because they are draining the planet of energy. Resources. They still doing it. So they need us to stay asleep so they can do it. Just like when you break in somebody's house. A nigga kick your crib in. If he can have somebody drug you, put you to sleep, shit, that's easy for him. Shit, he got all the time he need to go in your shit, grab what he need, get in, get out. That's a lot easier than trying to take something from niggas while they woke. Then you got a whole fight, shootout. You know what I'm saying? That's messy. That's too messy. And that's the same thing they doing. So they rocking you to sleep generation to generation, keeping you sleep, bringing your soul right back if they can. So many more. That's why I keep telling y'all they done brought so many of y'all back over and over again. They steady killing you over and over again, different ways in different lifetimes. If only you knew. If only you knew. And I know this shit ugly. I know when you come sit in here, this shit get ugly. This shit get like God motherfucking damn. This shit, you hoping this shit ain't true. But it is though. It is though. I'm just telling it to you. You know that, like they say, you want the truth? Can you handle it though? Can you handle the truth? Everybody can't handle the truth. To know that you never had a chance. Your birth certificate, your mother signed you over. Your mother and your daddy signed you over to these reptilians. What you think a birth certificate is? She didn't even know she did it. You know, I told y'all, man, every day you get up and work at 9 to 5, it's not you working in the factory that they like. It's your energy that they feed off of. The media pushes nothing but negative imagery in front of you all day, nigga. Just to keep you either mad or sad or in fear. These are all low vibrations. We are in the middle of a war, but you must understand that you never had a chance so that you can tap into the chaos energy in you. You watched American Gods. Y'all need to go watch American Gods. He kept telling Shadow Moon, I need you to get mad, Shadow. See, y'all kind of got to tap into y'all chaos. Because when you tap into your chaos, that's when shit get done. For real. Niggas ain't roused up about shit enough yet. It ain't hitting you yet just for you to see what you're living in. But once you see what you're living in, then it's going to make you move the way you need to move. Because if you really knew what you was living in, you wouldn't be complacent. Not a day in your life. Not a second. It's us versus them. And when you realize that from the moment of your inception into this reality, that you never had a chance, like, you can't even say celebrities made it because they got some money. That don't mean you made it. They are still puppets in the system. They just puppets with a false sense of energy, which is money. See past illusion. Remember who you are. 10 seconds left, man. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Now we rise. Peace to the gods and goddesses of Planet Kai. I leave as I come.